yeah, trying to find a cheats way out of not having to glue these things, but I know. Would you believe it, Mr. Melder? You know, I tried this. There's no real way you can easily do this to line them up so they're nice and flush. I think I found another scam. Tried the Tarzan's grip. No good. Not good enough a bite, not fast enough a bite. And then I tried the shoe stuff, thinking it's the yellow stuff. No, it turns out to be clear, and I think it smells just very similar, if not identical, to the Tarzan grip. Probably because the acetone in it or something like that. And yeah, again, very similar, or no bite, no grip sort of thing, for the amount of time you want to hold it to. But I got it because I thought it was the yellow stuff. Maybe I was sucked in by the actual colour of this. Thinking, oh yeah, it's just like the old yellow stuff. I'll try that, you know. So yeah, I think we're heading. I think the world's heading towards something. I think we're going to something towards the end of this year or something into next year. It's going to be like making the planet great again. I think it's going to be. Because I think we're just sick and tired and pissed off of all this crap. You know, all these scams, I think, you know, so the super glue is not real super glue, and so you waste your money on that. Tarzan grip doesn't really work. I'm now using Yoo-Hoo because the original Aquadew is so watery, it's crap. I mean, I used to say this was crap compared to Aquadew. Now I'm saying this is the only thing you can use, basically, I think. Yeah. And what brand is this? This is Sally's. Now, I would not expect that from Sally's, that they try and con you. You know, give you that sort of colour, like thinking you're going to get the yellow stuff that you used to. Now, the really stinky yellow stuff. And I think that's a bit of a con. Don't you reckon? I do. Anyway, so I think we're... as I said, you know, if you can't pull the lever, you know, just send me over. I'll do it for you. It will be my gracious benefit for you. You know, just send me over. But yeah, this is holding me back basically. Just can't. So that's why I say I'm trying to find a cheats way out of it now without having to glue anything or something. You know, just get something working without, you know. Because I want to do the train track round in the circle and do that first, you know, yeah. Get the old train track and run something round in a circle. I've worked out from some other here that you're basically going to need two of those, you know, on either side, and have like a catamaran type of effect to actually do the maglev, so it stays. You can look at that video that's on YouTube with some father playing with his kids. He's basically got the same sort of catamaran type of arrangement, but yeah, it's not really obvious that that's how you get it to work. You need like a catamaran. So the thing is actually centering itself and rutting itself, sort of thing, if that's the phrase, sort of thing. But anyway, that's the latest update. You know, I was putting things in between, you know. But well, that's one thing I did discover. If you separate them out, this is basically why this one actually works, is you're actually separating them out between one and the other sort of thing, and that allows it to, because if you don't separate them out, eventually you're just building a really big magnet in a way, and so you get the greatest magnetic force at the poles. Basically, you're turning this sort of unit base into a giant block, basically, and so the poles go to the end. And if you were to do it in a loop, you would basically be making yourself a torus. And of course, the interesting fact about a torus is the magnetic field is totally internal, of course. So you know. It's almost as though it's got no magnetic field there at all, sort of thing, you know. It's all internal. So, you know, things don't really stick well, or if at all, to a torus, because all the magnetic flux is inside. Yeah, that's the one key point that most books don't really point out. Why is a torus important? Because you can have great magnetic flux, but internally, so there's nothing on the outside, basically. It's just a bare skin, if at all. So I mean, Do you look at? Do you remember those diagrams going back centuries to people like Michael Faraday? If you look at the iron filing diagram, there's that little area inside where there's no iron filings. It's probably got something to do in some way related to that. Just draw your attention to that point, that on all those iron filing diagrams from many centuries ago, they all seem to pick up the point, or all seem to show that there's a space between the poles where there are no iron filings. There's a blank zone sort of thing. Anyway, so it's getting tough, but I don't know. I mean, I don't want to waste my money on another thing and find I've got another scam. You know, it's just the real yellow glue that, you know, fixes the shoe. I mean, it could be the old brand, but the company's been taken over by somebody else or something, you know. As I said, I reckon by the end of this year, into next year, we'll be putting people up against the wall and just shooting them. You know, hanging's not fast enough. I think that's why it's going to be hanging and the guillotines. I think it's going to be. We want a bit of a fireworks. We want a bit of a show. It's going to be, you know, everyone gets 3 clips or something like that. You know, or 3. What are they? Gatling guns or something? You know, a full load and 3 Gatling guns for every person, sort of thing. You know, if you're going to do it properly, as I say. Anyway, I think that's the way it's going to go. Make the planet great again, and back to the moon and on to Mars, I think. Anyway, over and out. See ya.